My name is Janice Fletcher. I moved to Idaho 35 years ago to work at the University of Idaho, and I sort of thought I would stay 1 year, and I stayed 35. When I first came to Idaho, I was in Moscow at the University of Idaho, and one of my first assignments was a grant assignment to come to Coeur d'Alene and work with Coeur d'Alene teachers. And I will always remember working with one of the junior high teachers, a man, and we were working on looking at ways to help children with disabilities. And he was resistant to what we're talking about. And at one point, I'll never forget this because his face suddenly registered and he said, "I get it. I finally get it. Where have I been all these years? I get it." And that's burned into my memory because I was astonished that he suddenly had this. But that's sort of the way my career is. I think the biggest challenges that Coeur d'Alene the biggest challenges that are faced in Coeur d'Alene are, we have a very distinct set of it's not exactly classes, but socioeconomic groups. And, you know, I see them all as students. I see those who are struggling to get what they need, and then, you know, in terms of money, so they can come to school, and then I see those who are privileged. And so I think that's a challenge of how we meet all of those what I think about obligations and responsibilities. So from an education point of view, that everybody gets that chance, and it's never going to be equal, but I think it should be fair. So I think that's a big challenge. I think another challenge for us is we have this huge opportunity of growth, and with growth always comes the challenge of how do you do that well? How do you maintain the traditions and the wonderfulness of Northern Idaho, and how do we embrace the new but still keep the old? And I think that's a constant challenge here, and I see it in politics, I see it in economics, I see it in education. Mm-hmm. We have a great opportunity in that we have the U of I, University of Idaho here, we have LCSC, Lewis Clark State College, BSU, Boise State University is here, Idaho State University is here, we have wonderful North Idaho College. So we have this great education opportunity. We have to make sure we take advantage of that. So I think that's an opportunity, but it's also a challenge from the education point of view. I guess I think the reason that maybe my inspiration for being here, or why I'm here, was to be an educator, to open minds, to have people to understand that they can think, and they can think deeply, and that it can be the joy of their life to think deeply. And I've seen many people do that, and I think that's the future.